Well, AJ, coming off a productive season, how do you feel? Where do you feel you are in your progression at this point in your career?
Um, I want to say towards last year, I can confidently say I was starting to take another step in my game. I'm starting to progress a little bit. And this year, this camp has all been taking more steps, playing with more confidence, playing with more swagger, and just try to get my level of productivity up. Just make some more plays in the backfield, make sure I'm ironing out my responsibilities, whatever it may be, just to eliminate that thinking process. That's my biggest goal.
The way they have addressed that, the need for more consistent pressure on the quarterback kind of across the board and brought in Leonard, that sort of a thing. I mean, does that competition kind of raise the level of what you're talking about there?
I'm a huge believer in competition breeds excellence. And the fact, and what I mean by that is, the more competition you have around, it pushes you to be greater. The iron sharpens iron mantra, the having good athletes around you that push you to be great or can teach me a thing or two when I have questions. Because when I have a question and Vaughn's not out there or some of the other more experienced rushers, I'll go ahead and ask them because they've been around the block a couple times. They've been there before. So it's always nice to be able to learn things from some vets as well.
What was it that kind of allowed you to make the progress that you have? In other words, what was it that maybe triggered that beyond just repetition and experience? Was there something you could point to say where you were able to find another gear and maybe continue to?
Yeah, I would definitely say probably just confidence. Confidence in myself, confidence in my rush, confidence in my body weight and my strength. And just having that overwhelming amount of confidence to be able to push yourself through, propel your way through like a rush or a run game. That mind game is majority part of the sport, I'd like to say.
Do you feel, obviously we've well documented the physical change you went early in your career.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that's really past you and now you are fully, without thinking, now this type of pass rusher than different what you were at Iowa?
Yeah, there was a huge change. 20 pounds in weight, that changes the style of play I have to play at or just the amount of push I have behind my punch and stuff like that. So that was definitely a huge change. I've kind of found that happy medium right now. I'm at a pretty good weight at around 265 and maintaining. And I feel like it's maybe a little stronger 265 as well. My off season I went through this year was really good. And working with Ciano and the strength staff here, just trying to keep that muscle mass of 265 on instead of just kind of eating my way to 265, if that makes any sense. So trying to be a little more active in that field of my nutrition and keeping my body healthy so that I can have that, like I said, that confidence to just go out and fly around and make plays.
I think we all can relate to eating to a weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was struggling to gain these past couple years, but I got in that routine and now it's kind of sticking now, so now I got to start being careful.
You can learn a new technique, like when you go to Vaughn's camp. Is it hard to incorporate that technique, or do you have to do a lot of reps with it to make it part of your repertoire?
Yeah, and, there's all different kinds of rushers, different body types. I'm tall, long. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I use my speed to power really well. And guys like Vaughn who also use that well. And there's guys across the league that do it well. And something like his pass rush summit gives me the opportunity to take bits and pieces from other guys. Like the things they do well, I can take bits and pieces and kind of add it into my repertoire, add my bag a little bit as well, whether it's the approach with the steps, eyes, whether I'm trying to bait them thinking I'm thinking something else just by my eyes, or hand placement, just stuff like that, things that I might have never even thought about. It just gives you a different perspective at a place like that.
You mentioned like soaking that in from other guys, asking them questions. But do you feel you're in more of a place where you can, like, are people coming to you with questions now at this stage in your career more than 2 years ago or something like that?
Oh yeah, I've put enough rushes on tape to where guys have seen me throw. I have a couple patented moves now with my swipe and my stab club and things like that. A couple guys are starting to notice, and they'll ask me like, how do I approach it, or how do I, when I come with the swipe, am I thinking like vertical, across, reaching for it, like, and it's just all different details that guys want to take, like I said, bits and pieces, because you don't want to completely take it because it works for them and not you. Like, we're not the same person, so you want to take things that work from them and kind of add them to your game to help just raise it another level.
Are you the kind of person who names your moves?
Naming it? I wouldn't say name it, not yet. I haven't created any new moves or anything like that. Yeah.
What about your mindset, contract here, the uncertainty in the future? How much is that present going through this season?
It's definitely like, it's always kind of lingering, just because I want to be able to stay here and play football and be in Buffalo, but the reality of it is that this is a business, and so I'm just trying to keep my mind straight, keep my eyes forward, and just put my nose to the grindstone and just work. And that's been my mindset all camp, and try to show McDermott and all my other coaches that I'm just here to work, and that's what I want to do.
Vaughn seems to be taking steps in his progression. See him out there in a helmet today. Just, what's it like to have him back into the swing of things and seeing him inch closer to hopefully getting back on the field here soon?
Oh yeah, no, it's great to have him around. Like I said earlier, he's not a player coach, but basically, like he's got so much advice and so much to give back with his skill set and his talent and his knowledge. Like just the things we'll be in the meeting rooms, and he'll go on talking for a little bit and just kind of detail things that we don't think about, or detail some kind of rush or game and something like that, and just hearing it from another perspective, I think help clicks with the whole entire room.
You sense some increased excitement from him as he gets closer?
Yeah, you can tell his energy level's rising a little bit as he's getting closer to being green light and be able to go.